Hi, this is Linda Price again, and I would like to do another video on how to make one of the pieces of my tatting sets. And today I'm going to do this tag topper right here. It won't be a long video, so you won't have to spend a lot of time watching it. And these are pretty easy to do. And if you are tatting already, you can just do one of these while you're sitting and watching this. So I'm going to start, and let me put that down. The next video I'm going to do will be making this flower. And got this flower here. And over here I've got, I did some of these, my set in the lavender color, and I had put it on the Junk Journal Junkies Boutique this morning, and I sold it very quickly, but I can make more if anybody's interested in ordering a set of these. These are not included. I do send an extra something with my sets in another color so that you can kind of see another tatted piece in different colors, but I do send that for free. But in the set, this is what's included. It's got the medallion, the wreath, and I've done a video on this. That was my first video. And then the flowers, 2 flowers. And I also have 4 of the tatted tag toppers, or you can do other things with them too, if you just think about what you want to do. I have 4 of those. And then I have the dangles here that can be used in a lot of different ways also. So that's what's included in my set. And like I said, I put them on the Junk Journal Junkies Boutique when I get something done. And I also have a, if I sell what's there, I can make more. And so if you're interested in ordering a set, you can just let me know. So let me just go ahead and start this tag topper. And here's my needle, which you get these needles. People ask me where to buy these. You get these needles at Hobby Lobby. If they don't have them in stock, they can order them because it's one of their regular stocked items. And you can also order them on Amazon. You can get a set of 3 needles, or I think you could just buy 1. But I know I've seen the tube of 3 needles there. It's size, I think it's size 3, size 5, and size 7. The size 3 is the smallest one, the thinnest one that you can make. You can use thinner thread, and it'll make a smaller, thinner tatted piece. I recommend using the 5. I use the 5. It's just much easier. The thinner it is, you get more knots, you get a lot of twisting. And the 7 is just too thick, unless you want to have something that you want to do thicker for a specific reason. I don't use the size 7 very much. I use the size 5 all the time because it's just the right size for the needle. And then I use size 10. I recommend when you're starting to tat to get size 10 thread or 10 crochet thread. I ordered these through Handy Hands. It's HANDYHANDS. They're online on the line. They have a website. They have so many choices of colors, and their thread, you can see it has a sheen to it. This is the Elizabeth thread, and it has a beautiful sheen to it. It's a more of a finished thread, more finished than crochet thread. Crochet thread, if you look really close, there's little pieces of thread coming out of the main thread. But these are more finished and more clean looking. And it makes cleaner tatting too, cleaner looking tatting. So I'm going to do this tag topper with this, this is called a lavender piece. The thread is lavender, which everybody seems to like lavender, and so that's what I did my set with that I had sold on the boutique. So let me start here. All right, so you've threaded your needle. You don't need a long tail because it's not very big. It doesn't take a whole long time to do it. So I just let me see how long this is. It's about 5 inches long. So I just leave it 5 inches long, and then you have to with learning how to tat, you have to make a U, and you make the U as long as the thread. So here's my thread, and here's my U, and then at the top, you don't loop it over. You don't go like this. You don't go like this. You keep it like this in the back with your finger tightly pushing it. So if I loosen my finger, this is going to come apart. But this is how you start. So I'm going to start with putting a double stitch right here and another double stitch, and I'm going to make a ring. And it's the same way you would tat the other videos. I do the same thing. You start with a ring. I put a picot right there, and I pull the 2 double stitches together. Let me see, is that see, look at that. I did not put another double stitch, so I've got to, another stitch, so I've got to make that a double stitch. See there? There's 2 double stitches. So now I'm going to make another picot with 2 double stitches. And see, they're not really the same size. I pull one down. You can kind of make them the same size. All right, so I'm going to put 5 picots on this before I close it. And again, I am looking through my camera lens or my phone lens, not at my fingers. So I may kind of may look weird sometimes, but that's how I'm having to do this. So, which is fine. I can do it this way. It's just, and then I'm trying to do it nice and slowly so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, see, you've got to keep it all straight. And I think the people have asked me, why does it twist so much? Well, it's just the nature of this thread. It just twists, and that's what you have to remember, to just keep it untwisted. The less twisting, the less knots. So one more picot with 2 double stitches. All right, so I've got 5. And 5's a good number. I use 5 because you can remember 5, because you have to count everything. So I use a lot of things with 5. So now I'm going to pull it off. And when I pull this off, you don't want to pull like from here. You want to pull right from the beginning or the end of all your stitches. And then remember, I put my little pinky in here so that this does not close up. You don't want it closing up. You want to put it through and make that ring. Okay, and I make a knot. Make sure you got a knot at the end. All right, so then I take it and I lay my needle in between my 2 threads, and you're working off the ball. You're not working off this other piece of thread here. You always work off the ball. So this one I'm going to make, okay, I'm going to make 4 double stitches for the top of this tag topper. Okay, so I got 4 double stitches. Then I'm going to make a smaller picot. Okay, I made a smaller picot with 2 more double stitches. Then I'm going to make a larger picot. See how much larger I'm making this? Just because I like the different lengths of picots too. See how much it is different? And I'm going to make another smaller picot to match the first picot I made. And I'm going to end up putting 4 double stitches, the exact number on the other side, so they all match. Okay? There you go. So there's 4, and then there's the 3 picots. You pull it off again, but this time I kind of put my little ring in there so it doesn't get all tangled up. I could put it in between my 2 fingers. And I did not close that up this time. You just make it so it makes an arc. And that's the top of your tag topper. And then whoops, see, you've got to, alrighty. Let's see. Put a knot there. Took me a little bit to make that knot. Alright, so now you're going to flip it over. You've got to flip it over. You can't start doing it like this. It's not going to work. Flip it over. And I always say, if you're making another ring, make your rings going on the top. If you're making a chain, have your chains facing up. So I'm putting my ring facing up. I'm going to make another ring. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to put 2 double stitches, two double stitches, and I'm going to take it and go through the first picot. And remember how we did this? We take our, and we go backwards, and then you have to pull it off. And you pull it like just like that, so that it's hanging, that picot is hanging on the needle, okay? And I'm going to make the other side of that double stitch. And I'm going to make another double stitch. So, okay, so let's look at this. I made 2 double stitches, and then I attached it to what I call yarning over. I attached it to that picot right there and made 2 more double stitches. Now I'm going to make 4 more picots because you need 5 total, and I've already made 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, here we are. Pull this off, but you're going to have to close this, so I keep my finger in there and just keep everything straight. Don't let anything get twisted. And put your needle in there and close that up. And there you are. See, that wasn't hard. So, well, I gotta make my and I'm going to tie it again, make a really good knot so this doesn't come apart. I don't know why everything's so blurry today. It must be just my phone, but I'll make sure you can see that. See, I just tied two knots there. And then how I hide my stitches is I go up in here and go in between these stitches, pushing my needle up there. You see what I'm doing? I'm pushing my needle. So you see, well, see, you can see the needle right there, but the other ones are covered. That way your thread will not come out. It will be hidden. So I push it up And there it is. It's hidden up in there. And I just do one of them because if one is hidden and won't come out, the other one's not gonna unravel either. So let me get my scissors. And gotta be very careful not to cut these picos. I gotta take this off to see. All right, there, I cut that picot. And let's see. Just a minute, I'll be right back. Then I'm just going to cut this right here. And these little scissors work the best instead of the big scissors. So there you have your tag topper. And you just put that on the top of where the hole is at the top of the tag. I don't have any tags handy. I got this thing right here. Pretend there's a hole there. Or you could even do it on just a piece of paper like this. Like I must covered this with the lined index card paper to make it stiffer. And you just glue it right there. And it makes it a nice little addition, ephemera addition. And so that's all there is to this. So if you've been tatting, you'll be able to do this. And you can do it in all colors. You know, if you do the cream, it goes with everything. So I do mainly cream colored tatting because it just is easier to. And I wanted to show you, I'm about done with my next tatted journal. And I decided to add tatting to the cover. I think that just looks really pretty coming down like that. So this is my next one. This is my Tsunami Rose for February. And I'll be doing a video on this and taking pictures. When I get I don't have everything done for the cover yet, the closure. So I'm working on that today. But that's my next tatted. And I haven't used any other lace in here except, see, I did that right there as a little trim. Except my tatting. I did a little flower there, some more trim there. And tried to put tatting on just about every page. I did one of my double ones here. That's a double tag topper. And I'll have to do one of those for you too. But master the first one I just did today. There's some more trim down there. That's a new peach color that I have now. See how it's got that sheen to it? That Elizabeth thread is really beautiful. And I order, you can get size 10. Now size 20 is a little thinner, but you've got to master this first before you can go to size 20. It's just too thin, and it's very easy to get knots. So just wanted to show you a little bit of this, but I will be doing a video on it. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day. And if you have any questions, feel free to add them here, and I will answer them and point you in the direction that you need to go if I don't have the answer. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.